Blizzard finally trying to fix things. It seems like things are finally fixed after a 2-hour maintenance yesterday. Also, big dinar news. Finally, Blizzard telling us how the dinar system's going to work, but not just how that's going to work. A whole new leveling event, turbo boosting your characters as they're calling it. We'll get into what that means, and a new king of DPS. Here we go. Let's jump right into this stuff. The Nightfall scenario may have been fixed. It looks like people are able to finally do it. Over the last hour, Blizzard said they've implemented performance improvements to the Nightfall scenario that are aimed to address issues with the starting and progressing through it. So these improvements may not take effect immediately in all realms, and we'll continue to monitor very closely. So you may be able to play patch 11.1.5, boys, just 3 days after it launched. That's right. So finally, you'll be able to get in and do that event. Besides that, Blizzard dropped some major news yesterday, guys. This new Turbo Boost event, they're calling it, launching on May 13th. This will launch an all-new dinar system, an all-new way to, what's it called? Level up your gear. Not new way, I should say, but an uncapped way to level up your gear. New cap levels and everything else. So people who are already capped out will have new reasons to play the game. Let's just jump straight into this stuff. So, quick summary of what they announced. This will be launching on May 13th. We'll get hero and myth tracks extended up to level 8 from level 6 now, so you'll get 2 more upgrade tracks on those on all those items. First dinar gear available immediately. You'll be able to quickly use your first dinar to, get that bad luck protection and get that item that you haven't been able to get. We'll talk a little bit about how you're going to get the ones after that. 4th and 7th dinar pieces, basically your second and third pieces of gear will be available in weeks 3 and 6 of this event. Dinar gearing will require you to kill mythic bosses to get mythic track gear. That's a bit different from the way this stuff worked back in Shadowlands, but Blizzard released a lengthy post talking about why they decided to do things this way, and we'll get into that. If you're getting heroic track gear, you're going to have to kill the heroic track bosses. Crafted gear will go up 6 item levels, which is absolutely horrible for me to hear. I can't believe that there's still crafted gear still relevant. I don't know why they would do that. Crests and caps removed, so no longer capped on your crests there, and delve improvements. So let's jump straight into the blue post here and what it was all about. So here it is. This is the upcoming Turbo Boost event, as they're calling it. We understand while most of the benefits of the event, such as double drop rates for warbounds until equipped, they're talking about the new event that's live right now, or extra upgrade tiers for all existing items will be available immediately. The prospect of waiting 3 additional weeks to purchase your first dinar item, it was kind of sad for people. So this is what Blizzard decided to do. The first week this event goes live, we're talking about May 13th. The first quest you get, which will be a quest to essentially kill 3 bosses, or 4 bosses in raid, will give you 6 dinars. Okay? You'll get 3 dinars. You'll use those 3 dinars to purchase your first piece of gear. So this is this new weekly quest. Every week after that, you'll get 1 dinar. So 3 weeks later, you'll be able to get another piece of gear. 0. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to our Scourge. 3 weeks from that, you'll get another piece of gear. So that first week, you're guaranteed 1. On week 4, you'll get your second piece of gear, and on week that would be 7, you'll get your third piece of dinar gear. So giving you 3 pieces of bad luck protection gear, giving you 3 best in slots essentially. Besides that, for the raid gear vendor, you're going to visit this guy to get your shit done. What you need to do. Each item can be purchased with 3 cartel chips, as I mentioned. Players can purchase mythic or heroic gear, but will be required to kill the associated level bosses. So if you want mythic track gear, you're going to have to kill 4 mythic level raid bosses, which is different from the way they did it in Shadowlands, as I mentioned earlier. For the heroic guys, you kill the heroic guys and you get the heroic gear. That's how that's going to work. For delves, getting a leg up on adventure with a boost to Brand's experience. Thank God, because my Brand is absolutely not leveled at all right now. Delver's Journey progress and improved rewards towards Delve's Bounty. Delver's Journey progress earned per week is significantly increased during this event from bountiful coffers, hidden troves, nemesis storm boxes, and end of run grants. You'll earn more crests, more valor stones, and increased repeatable earnable crests also from Delve tiers. So that's great to hear. No more crest caps. Well, at least they're higher there. And you'll be able to get more crests, more valor stones, and everything else. And finally, your Brand will not be, lagging behind in terms of his own levels. Profession updates. Recipes The Spark of Fortune can now be further recrafted or crafted with an augmented matrix, empowering them up to 6 more item levels. These augmentation matrices can be purchased at an enchanting supply vendor, such as Landell in Dornegal or Cyanite at the Crafting Orders building in Dornegal. So for all you crafting Andes out there, first of all, I dislike you extremely, but you'll also be able to craft better gear, so that's good. So Cadence, yeah, get your better crafted gear, because we all know you can't kill a fucking raid boss to save your life. But the thing is, why did Blizzard do this? Okay, Shadowlands was giving us myth-track gear with those chips, right? No longer the case here. What Blizzard said basically was, end of Shadowlands season, if you remember, it was that season we were running all the old raids, going through all the old content. They said it, and they're correct in saying this. You basically only got one shot every 3 weeks at getting the best in slot item that you wanted from a specific raid, because they only opened up one raid at a time, right? So if you missed your chance at getting it, you'd have to wait 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks to get your next shot at it, and that would only really give you 2 or 3 shots in total at the end of the season to get that piece of gear. And that's if you're actually doing the content every single time that's available. So they said with this, you know, we wanted to make sure that people still got a shot at gear, but not to this level. Because they also said we always knew that it was Season 4 with this expansion, that the next expansion was just around the corner, so power creep and worrying about best in slots and all that would be erased essentially when the next expansion launched. Here, we are mid-season. Season 2 is still live. We're going to have a Season 3 in the War Within. What they were worried about if they just gave myth-track gear was, say, somebody who doesn't typically raid would be able to get a myth-track best-in-slot trinket. So someone who only does delves maybe would get this item. Essentially, when Season 3 launched, if they're still only doing delves, they basically locked that item in for the entirety of Season 3 as well, because they're never going to see anything as good as that trinket that they got with this cartel trip. So I do understand that logic completely. I'm happy that they're at least doing this event. I'm happy that they're giving us these chips. And a nice correction there, when they first launched this, we were going to have to wait 3 weeks to get our first item. It was nice to see that they decided to correct that, and you get your first item off the bat as soon as this event goes live on May 13th. So we'll see how this all works out. Nice to see also that caps have been removed on crests, and you know, the item level increases will keep everybody busy for the rest of the season. That's good to see. Dumbass bitch motherfucker. If you could tank, maybe we would have AOTC now. I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on to DPS charts. Big changes here. So this right here includes all of those changes to balancing and everything that happened just over a week ago. So this is a big change here. We're going to see some big movers up and down. This is all the rebalancing that Blizzard did. And yes, you see the title there. Arcane is back. Let's jump straight into this. So for overall damage here, that's what we're looking at. This will, you know, kind of include, you know, what bigger pulls, Mythic Plus kind of style. Devastation Evoker, sitting here at the top doing big numbers. Marksmanship Hunter just behind him. Destro Warlock, Unholy DK, Ass Rogue, Arcane Mage, seemingly coming out of nowhere, and we're going to see on boss damage, single target, they are pumping their asses off. Windwalker Monk, Affliction Warlock, Fire Mage, Frost DK kind of round out the top boys there. At the bottom, the unplayable class that is Augmentation Evoker, Sub-Titty Rogue, Feral Druid falling off a cliff here. I don't know what happened to them. Demonology Warlock, Ret Pally, and then Warriors. Both classes. I mean, Warriors, I don't know what to say about you. Your melee, your basically multi-target DPS is kind of shit right now. Looking at single target, though, Arcane Mage. Look at Arcane Mage taking the top spot in a big way, shooting up the charts more than I've ever seen any class. We're going to look at who moved up and down the most based on these changes. Arcane Mage, a huge jump here. If you remember where they were previously, they were down in the bottom half of this DPS, now sitting as the #1 leader in overall single target DPS. Marksmanship Hunter just behind him. Unholy DK, been pumping, part of the meta. They've been doing great for quite a while now. Ass Rogue, Devastation Evoker, Frost DK also doing pretty damn good. Arms Warrior, at least doing decent DPS here on single target. Just their AoE and everything else sucks, which is why for a Mythic Plus they're a little bit behind. Fire Mage, Beast Mastery Hunter, Survival Hunter. I mean, you see the 3 Hunter specs sitting here in the top half of these DPS charts, looking pretty damn good. At the bottom here, as before, Augmentation Evoker. Who the fuck is still playing this? Please stop playing Augmentation Evoker. Balance Druid, Sub-Titty Rogue, Frost Mage, Shadow Priest, Enhancement Shaman sitting here. And then Warlock's not doing very good single target damage, but all right on the multi-target side. Overall, biggest movers up and down after these changes that Blizzard put into place. Arcane Mage, your biggest mover up, essentially flipping their position on the table here, 16 spots up. That is absolutely insane. Sam trying to sound like he sounds like he's informed and knows what he's talking about. It's not hard to try when I actually am tied well. Go play in some fucking traffic. Up 10 spots here, Elemental Shaman also doing pretty damn good. And then the biggest mover down that I see here, as I said, Feral Druid falling off a cliff. 8 spots down. They are the biggest mover down. Also tied with Arms Warrior here. 8 spots down. A little bit hurt there from what I've seen. Overall, these changes actually were pretty damn big. We saw all these changes coming into effect, but they didn't get the publicity that the previous round of changes got because those were big class updates across the board. These changes were more class specific, just only certain specs got them. But man, the ones that did, Arcane Mage specifically, really changed their position on the table, which is really, really good. Besides that, we see an updated 11.1 patch added to the catalog. That's right, boys. 11.1.5 just became playable mere hours ago. And now we're already talking about the debacle that could be 11.1.7. I don't know. I have no confidence anymore in these patches launching properly. But 11.1.7 should be starting to hit some test realms internally, and then maybe PTR. We'll see. But at least we know Blizzard has been unfazed by these problems that we recently experienced. Joel, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate that, man. Death Knight of our Scourge. Here's the thing. They're still on pace. Okay, say what you want about how the patch launched. At least we know they are still on pace to keep pace with the end of this expansion and the patches coming out and Season 3 coming out and when they said it would and everything else. So, looking good. Everything seems to be on track still. Also, new pets available on the store. 67% off this giant pet package, as well as for $66.50 you can get all these pets. That's nice. But really, the cooler thing that was made available on the store, this. Oh my god, these mounts are actually freaking badass. $35 Raven and Transmogs available in this package here. You want to be your best version of Edgar Allan Poe in the game? Well, you're finally going to get your shot to. That's right, you get both. This Dark Raven and this White Raven, which are so freaking cool. I don't think we have anything like this in the game right now. Of course, it's just a variation on the bird mount, but my god, this Raven head looks absolutely glorious on here. Plus, you get this Medivh Transmog, right? We saw this data mine not too long ago. We were hoping it was going to show up on the trading post. Our hopes are in fact dashed because, of course, Blizzard's going to money grab out of this and get you some money. So $35, you're going to get this Transmog here, these 2 colorways, plus this glorious mount. Yeah, this is a pretty damn cool mount. For $35, not bad. You get both colors, I guess, and the transmog. That is all in terms of news.